Hello, New York landlords. We have seen recently on social media that many of you are understandably confused about the recent passage of the COVID-19 Emergency Eviction and Foreclosure Prevention Act of 2020 and the main aspect of that law known as the Tenant'S Declaration of Hardship during the COVID-19 pandemic and how that relates to the eviction process. We're going to break it down and analyze it for you now, and hopefully after watching this video, you will no longer be confused as to how this all comes together. Landlords, here is how this law relates to evictions. Here it is now. This is the Landlord Advocate, where we help landlords become better landlords. I'm your host, Matthew Lyman. Welcome. Landlords, many of you are confused as to how this declaration plays a role in the eviction process. We're going to take you step by step during the eviction process, and we're going to carry this declaration into it so that you make sure that the process is done right, and that you will not have your case dismissed in court, whenever that date will be. Let us begin with the predicate notices. Those are known in the non-payment eviction as the rent reminder and the 14-day. In a holdover eviction, that would be the 30, 60, or 90-day notice. If you have not already had those notices served upon your tenants, this hardship declaration must be given to them as well at the same time. If you've done this, you can apply for a court date if they have not returned the declaration to you. If your tenants have returned this declaration to you signed, you will not be able to apply for a court date until May 4th, 2021. If you already have a court date, meaning you paid the filing fee, the court gave you a date when the parties will come to court. If you already have that, the court of jurisdiction, that is the court that will be hearing your case, will be mailing this declaration to your tenants. If your tenants sign it, they will return it to the court, or they will return it to you. If this happens, your case that has already been scheduled will not be heard until after May 4th, 2021, possibly the end of May, into June, July, or maybe even August of 2021. Now, if you have already had your case heard in front of the judge, in person or virtually, and your tenants came to that hearing, again in person or virtually, the court will put the case down for what they call a status conference. If your tenants present to the court at any time, now until whenever, the hardship declaration, the warrant of eviction will be stayed until May 4th, 2021. This means the sheriff, constable, or marshal will not be able to remove your tenant until after May 4th, 2021, more than likely at the earliest, the end of May 2021. If you have had this hearing, in person or virtual again, and your tenants did not appear, and the court rendered to you a default judgment and warrant, that is now on hold. You as the landlord will have to petition the court to have the case be reopened for, again, a status conference. If you do not do this, then the judgment and warrant of eviction will be vacated, and it will not require an order to show cause for this to happen. So it is on you, the landlord petitioner, to ask the court to have the case be brought back for a status conference. Now we ask, why does this even happen? The tenants did not come the first time. Why should they be afforded the opportunity to have it be heard again? But the law requires this to happen. Now, many of you may be saying to yourself, well, this doesn't apply to me. It does. This hardship declaration applies to all non-payment and holdover cases. with the exception of one. If you have a lease and your tenants are perpetually and substantially creating a safety hazard in the building, or if your tenants are perpetually and substantially creating an atmosphere that does not allow for the quiet enjoyment for the other tenants in the building, and you can prove this, really prove this beyond the preponderance of the evidence, the court may grant you the warrant of eviction. But landlords, don't hold your breath. We highly doubt that this will happen, that you will be able to get a warrant of eviction because your tenants play the music loud at 10 o'clock at night. We doubt it. Some of you may say, well, the tenants are not going to sign this declaration. They're not going to sign it. Yes, they will. It is so easy for them to do. Once they sign it, there's no questions asked, no investigation, no verification. It just means that your eviction now is on hold. What this means, landlords, here in the state of New York, that all tenants will be living on your property and in your property at the very earliest. They will be out, will be May 4th, 2021. More than likely, at the very earliest you'll have them out is the end of May into June or July. Now, as you will see right here at the end of this video, there is a link to another video that we just did that fully explains and details what this hardship declaration is all about. Also, in the description below, we have a copy of what this hardship declaration is. We invite you to cut and paste it and use it yourself. The local courts should be providing this to you. We are told by our local court that it will be available on Monday. With due respect, we are not holding our breath that it will be. But this declaration that's in the description below was actually inside the law that we called and read and perused, our team, in order to present these videos to you. Well, as we hope that you subscribe to our channel, we hope that this video has better brought to you and remove this confusion that you may have as to what this law does to you in the eviction process. We hope that you have. If you like the video, please say so. Hit the like button, hit the notification bell, share the video, and subscribe to our channel. Until then, landlords, be safe and take care.